the Mifflin Bulldogs. We the Mifflin Bulldogs. We the Mifflin Bulldogs. We the Mifflin Bulldogs.
Mifflin. Mifflin Bulldogs gon' fight to the end. Bulldogging through all the competition. Piling up W's is the mission.
Good morning, Mifflin Middle School. This is Miss Colson, your principal, and today is Wednesday, November 4th. Now, you're probably like, we typically don't see Town Hall on Wednesday because it is your asynchronous day, but I told you that this week is going to look a little bit different. So don't forget, the classes that you were supposed to have on Tuesday, you need to go to them this morning after Town Hall. Don't forget, all of those classes that you would typically had on Tuesday, which was yesterday, you were supposed to take on Tuesday, you're going to take them today on Wednesday. We know this is new and different. It's only for this week. Now, yesterday was voting, and I asked people to send me pictures of themselves. Not me, let me correct that. Don't send me any pictures. I mean, as much as I love seeing the emails, send those pictures to Mr. Josh Simmons. Staff, students, parents, if you went out voting yesterday or if you did early voting and you took a picture of yourself in line, please send those pictures and those photos to Mr. Josh Simmons, not to Mrs. Colson. So I'm going to show you a video on how during the presidential election, how you need 270 electoral college votes to win. So look at this video because it will help people understand the presidential election and how a president wins the election. So now let's look at this video.
Every 4 years, Americans who are 18 or older have a big responsibility. Our votes decide who becomes the President of the United States. Unfortunately, the U.S. election system isn't that simple. This is electing a U.S. president in plain English. It's easy to imagine every U.S. citizen's vote being counted together on Election Day, but this is not the case. U.S. elections are not decided by the total or popular vote, but individual states. Let me explain. It starts with your vote. On Election Day, you'll vote for president and their vice president. You get one choice. Then, all the votes in your state are counted. The candidate with the most statewide votes becomes the candidate your state supports for president. This happens across the country until each state has selected their candidate. We end up with most of the 50 states and the District of Columbia voting to support one candidate each. But there's a problem. We can't elect a president by just counting up the choices of these states. U.S. states are different. Consider this. California has about 36 million people. Kansas has less than 3 million. We need a way for California's choice to have more influence on the election because the state has more people. The question becomes, how do we make sure each state has the right amount of influence on the election? Well, we need a way to account for the population of each state. As an example, let's consider my home state of North Carolina. Like every state, it is divided up into congressional districts that are based on population. North Carolina has 13 districts, California has 53, and Kansas has 4. When it comes to a state's influence on the election, the number of districts matters most. More population equals more districts equals more influence. The influence a state has in the election is measured by the number of electors. This number comes from the number of districts in a state plus the number of U.S. senators, which is always 2. North Carolina has 15 electors, while California has 55. When a candidate wins the voting in a state, they win that state's number of electors. That's why big, populous states can be so important to candidates. Their electors add up quickly, and the number of electors is what really matters. Here's why. If you add up the electors of all 50 states in the District of Columbia, there are 538 in total. The candidate's goal on Election Day is to win the majority of 538, or 270 electors. Once a candidate wins enough states to reach the 270 majority, they have won the election and become the president-elect. Yay! So, let's recap. Your vote helps your state choose a single candidate. That candidate receives all the electors from your state. The candidate who can win enough states to reach 270 total electors wins the national election and becomes the president-elect. Then, on the following January 20th, the president-elect is sworn in as the next president of the United States. And it all starts with your vote. Make it count.
Okay, so hopefully your social studies teachers will be able to go over that video with you and to go a little bit more in depth about how the president gets to win the election. Now, CCS started this week on November 2nd. Mifflin Middle School is still a food site, but we were only passing out food on Wednesday. Now we're passing out food every single day, Monday through Friday. The times are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, 11 to 1. And then Wednesday, here we go again with Wednesday, that tricky day. We're passing out food on Wednesday from 11 to 1, but also in the evening from 5 to 7. Anyone can come up here and pick up food. You're now getting hot meals. You can also get the box that has breakfast and lunch in it for 5 days. Please check the CCS website to make sure you have the times and the locations. If you don't live close to Mifflin Middle School, there are 43 other sites around the city that are doing the same thing Mifflin Middle School is doing. So please make sure you check the CCS website as well. Now, we're going to do something a little bit different on Wednesday. Now, this will probably, might be my last time being seen on Wednesday, but our new social worker, Miss Fitzgerald, she is going to do Wellness Wednesday. So every Wednesday, she's going to have some type of wellness tips that are going to be for students, maybe staff and parents, that's going to help us keep ourselves healthy, our minds healthy, and all of those things during these uncertain times, and especially being on these Zoom classes and having these virtual meetings. It can become tiring. So now I'm going to turn it over to Ms. Fitzgerald because she's going to explain to you what Wellness Wednesday is going to look like. Now let's hear from Ms. Fitzgerald.
Thanks, Ms. Colson. So I'm Ms. Fitzgerald. I am the school social worker at Mifflin Middle School this year. And on Wednesdays, you're going to be joining me for Wellness Wednesdays. And that's going to be a time that we can kind of see something about social emotional learning and learning about our health in that way. So this week we're going to watch a video about a piano player and how we can kind of breathe with the music.
2020 has wrecked the plans for everyone this year. And so we're all feeling the effect, and that's okay. But we also want to try to get into the mindset of like, how do we change that, right? For me personally, it's through a number of things, be it exercise, be it playing the piano, be it yoga, be it meditation. And for me, meditation has been tremendous because it's been a way for me to retrain those ideas, to take those thoughts and say, you know what, I see that thought, I acknowledge it, but I'm not going to focus on it, and I'm going to gently push it aside. And honestly, during meditation, specifically transcendental meditation, if you look further into it, that really is the premise behind it, of allowing those thoughts to happen and to say, okay, I see you, but I'm not going to focus on you, and I'm gently just going to push it aside. So what I'd like to do today is I'm going to play a little bit of music, and it's going to be incredibly quiet, a lot of space in there, so to allow that ideas to just kind of float away. That sounds cheesy, but it is what it is. To where we want to focus on one thing, and that's our breathing, something that's very natural. We all do it. And so what I'd like for you to try to do is to take in 4 long breaths. Hold those breaths for 2 seconds, and then do a long exhale for 4 seconds. So 4 seconds, 2 seconds, 4 seconds, okay? And that's really honestly it. You don't have to close your eyes. You can if you want to, but just try to find a quiet place somewhere where there's no distractions. Put the phone away, put the computer away, and just close your eyes. And so we're going to do a really slow breath in for 4 seconds. Hold that for 2 seconds, and then we're going to do a really slow breath out for 4 seconds, and then just repeat that. Now, during this process, we want to try to focus on the breath as much as possible. We want to just allow that to be where your center focus is, your thought is. And again, you're going to have these other ideas come in. You're going to be thinking about yesterday or the conversation you just had or the conversation you need to have with someone. And those thoughts are okay. Scientifically, that's actually stress bubbles coming up, and then you just gently push them aside, okay? All right, so I'm going to play some music while we're doing this, and then just close your eyes and just imagine you're breathing. How do you feel as you're breathing, okay? So let's get started with some music, and then I'll be right back right after. okay, how was it? I'm not expecting this to like change your life instantly. It's a gradual thing. Just as with any exercise, it's a constant repetition every day that you really begin to see the difference over some time, over a week, over a month, over a few years. And so I really want to encourage you to, if this isn't your thing, that's totally fine. But I want to encourage you to recognize that the way that we think is generally a routine. And it is possible to retrain the way that we think. It is possible to retrain those ideas and those thoughts to perhaps not be so centered on negative thoughts, and allowing ourselves to say, hey, you know what? I'm going to try to think on something positive. And I know it's a really, really cliche but simple step, but it's also super, super powerful. So I hope you have found this valuable. I welcome you to reach out to me. You can honestly just email me, chad@chadlawson.com, if you would like. I'm more than happy to talk to you more about this if you'd like, if you have interest. Otherwise, studies have shown where like listening to music for 3 to 5 minutes, just 3 to 5 minutes. And these are studies from Harvard and from Oxford, and they're saying how it literally elevates our mood. There's a thing called BDNF, which is a hormone in our body that basically elevates when we listen to calming and relaxing music. So even if you don't want to meditate, that's totally fine. That's totally up to you. But allowing that time each day possibly, or maybe once or twice a week, where you're just putting on something that's pretty chill and just sitting there, okay? All right, I hope all is well. I hope you are healthy and safe, and all right, take care.
Now, don't forget to tune in on Wednesdays now. Miss Fitzgerald's going to be doing Wellness Wednesdays. She's going to be showing some videos. And I might add some pop questions and quizzes throughout the week to see if you were paying attention to any of those videos. Now, last, before I end, I want some students. I had 2 students email me Q1. I still have your names, and said that they would like to participate in town hall. Now, typically, if we were here face to face, we would have this whole production of students on the stage, and they would be like our Mifflin News team, and there were students that said that they would like to participate in town hall. So if you would like to be a guest or appear on town hall, please, I guess you can email me this time. Email Ms. Colson and let me know that you want to participate in town hall, because I think it would be nice, fun to see some of your peers do something during town hall, because if we were here at school, this would not be a one-woman show. There would be a whole team of people assisting throughout town hall. And if you would like to see a teacher help and assist during town hall, send me their name as well. So if you want to participate in town hall or be a guest on town hall, please email me and I will make sure that I reach back out to you and include you into our town hall production that is taking place virtually. Don't forget, students, complete your work, take attendance. It is very important. You must be engaged and participating in order to get credit in that class for attendance. You cannot just turn on your camera and have it looking up at the ceiling and you're not engaged. Parents, it's very important that you speak to your child about being engaged and participating in these live Zoom sessions. And most importantly, remember, everyone achieves, no exceptions, no excuses. Have a great Wednesday.